Never underestimate the power of a bully at the workplace. No parent or guardian should stop touching base with their adult children, even if they've left home and have joined a workplace. That is the only way you can know what is going on in their lives and even provide counseling and guidance from your work experiences. There are several examples of bullying, and bullies never miss a target once they identify the person to bully. They continuously harm the person in ways that can affect work as well as their self-esteem. Having these conversations help you understand what someone may be going through, and this can help identify a problem at work early that may affect one's mental health or future career. This may show up as consistent headaches just before a work day, or even lack of interest in pursuit of a career that the bullied person once loved. If you're new to this channel, welcome once again. This is Mildred. Here we discuss people and their issues at the workplace. Feel free to share your comments below. The same way a parent can notice that a bubbly student has suddenly become withdrawn and rarely talk about their studies and the new subjects they're learning at school, is the same way a once brilliant and working adult can suddenly start doubting themselves, withdraw, repeatedly say sorry, even if they've not made a mistake, doubt their capability and competence. Most times, they seem to have thousands of questions going on in their minds. Bullying does not start and end at school. This can go on at workplaces where people are considered to be adults. It is disturbing that insecure adults can use bullying to intimidate colleagues at the workplace. Yet most people join the world of work, hoping to build and thrive in their careers. It's even difficult to imagine how a grown and mature person can set out to cause an individual so much mental torment or nonverbal abuse at work that they can hardly perform at their peak levels. This can happen in a fast or any job that one may have, and anyone, whether young or old, can be a victim. Unfortunately, so many people go through this without counsel, and sometimes it affects them later in life because they did not seek help. Work environments are places where people are hired to utilize their skills and knowledge to provide solutions as set out by the business owner. The more conducive it is, the better for all concerned, because goals are met, a service or a product is sold, employees get paid, and the business owner gets their profits. Each person achieves the objective, and they can both thrive when they purpose to create this kind of environment. It does not just happen. The workplace is where you meet all kinds of people, some for the first and last time in your life, while others may feature later in your future life as you build your career. Unfortunately, a worker may have the misfortune of working with a colleague whose mission is to ensure they do not thrive. They purpose to poke holes at every work the employee does, and this can get out of hand, especially if the actions are demeaning and continuous. This kind of a person is a bully. It is worse if the bully has some authority over an individual, whether direct or indirectly. At the workplace, some people report to various supervisors, while others have only one. If having a bully at the workplace was the last thing on your mind, you may be baffled for some time before you recognize the signs. This is expected because, like most people, if you never expected it, you may be caught unawares before you realize it is bullying, and this is prohibited. When you get a job, that is where you expect to use the knowledge that you've learned, acquire new skills, use the ones you've already have, and practically utilize all this continuously and perfect them. Skills like presentation, teamwork, communication, time management, amongst others, can all be learnt at the workplace as you work with your colleagues. Unfortunately, you may find that a colleague who has noted that you perform better and your work may stand out can deliberately withhold information from you, which is part of an input in your work, before it is presented to your seniors. They can do this continuously so that your final deliverables may always leave gaps. This may be perceived as not being detail-oriented and affect your performance. Has teaching ever made a teacher less knowledgeable? If anything, it makes them wiser. They learn how to better impart the knowledge, and once they master this game, their students become so sharp that when they have an emergency or have been called to the staff room, their students do not make noise in class. Instead, because of their counsel, mentorship, guidance, instruction, you find that at least 1 or 3 of the students can confidently take over the class and help their classmates revise a topic that the teacher had previously taught. Isn't that empowerment? Would the head teacher have any problem with such a teacher? No, because the students made excellent use of their time. This would not have happened if the teacher had not empowered their students. That is exactly what should be happening at the workplace, so that succession is not a hurdle or a nightmare. Why would large companies spend thousands of resources to get a replacement when one has retired, got a job elsewhere, died, or left the country? With proper grooming of capable individuals, it is always a walk in the park when natural attrition takes place. There is always someone who can take over a position and do it well because of the culture created of nurturing talent that works into a particular business. When people are given the freedom to utilize the skills, experience, and knowledge acquired as they serve the organization's customers, it is impossible to imagine what they can achieve. Isn't that what all business owners want? Would any business owner tolerate a bully whose mission is not to mentor or empower those they are privileged to supervise or work with, to the extent that the skilled and talented persons end up leaving the organization prematurely? Exposure is empowering. Repeatedly doing an action makes one perfect, and that is what improves skills. When you join the workplace, that could be the first place that one encounters the use of various softwares and equipment. There is always a first time, and that is why people are trained at the workplace to become more efficient. Can you imagine a colleague consistently withholding training so that you do not get the opportunity to understand a particular software deeper and use it more in your work for efficiency and better outcomes? Yet the same colleague takes their time with your peers to show them how to navigate the software faster. Bullying happens at the workplace, and there are several examples that one can point to as bullying. Unfortunately, those who do so may be so stuck in their mindsets to realize that by being a bully, they affect how they are perceived professionally, and it reduces their professional network or business acquaintances. This is because the workplace is never final for everyone. Some people leave and start other businesses, and it is their colleagues who may later become their first clients. Working with a bully or under a bully or anyone with insecurities is one of the worst experiences or nightmares that anyone can go through at the workplace. Can you imagine if this is done to a younger person by an elderly bully or to someone just joining the workplace? Such a person may not only intimidate you, but can make your life so difficult that you can begin not only to doubt yourself, but wonder if you're in the right career. In your business, you must ensure that these policies are read and understood by all employees. A functional organization enables all stakeholders to thrive, and that is the reason why implementation of such a policy is important in any business. Bullying can be costly to a business owner, and this may lead to high turnover of exceptionally good employees, increased hiring and legal costs, loss in organization history as people leave, weakened business brand, reduced productivity, and increased lethargy at work. This may lead to shrinking profits. There is no business owner who wants that. As a business owner, it is important to support the implementers of the anti-bullying policy at your workplace. This carries more weight and prevents any person from involving themselves in bullying activities that may place the organization in a bad position in the marketplace. How can your employees be more aware? Training seminars, online learning, and other forms of education should be organized in the business to empower people on what is and what is not bullying. Unfortunately, due to the busy and fast-paced world that we live in, most people rush through production of goods and services and completely forget about the people involved in this process. People are the backbone of everything at the workplace. When they are nurtured, just like plants, they thrive. It takes time to do this because people come to work from different homes, backgrounds, with varied knowledge as well as different intentions. Yet the human resource practitioner has to deal with all this, and in addition is tasked to ensure that an enabling environment is created for all to thrive and deliver in their roles. If all the stakeholders involved participated actively and responsibly towards creating such an environment, most businesses would thrive. And this is because most business owners' major complaints most times is about their workforce, and bullying affects operations and how people work. Therefore, it should not be tolerated in any workplace at all costs. Organization culture is simply behavior, and if in your business experiential customer service has become normal and is provided by every person, then it is possible to build a culture that is zero tolerant of bullying at the workplace, and those implementing those policies must be supported by the business owner. A business owner should ensure that they create an environment where people must not use survival tactics like bullying to thrive. Policies should be implemented efficiently, acknowledging and motivating excellent work and fairness at the same time. These are some of the things that a business owner can use to prevent bullying. Refresher trainings should be an ongoing process in your business. These are organized to clarify policies at the workplace for all employees. Resources such as videos, books, magazines, talks on bullying at work should also be provided for all staff. It helps them identify bullies within or amongst the stakeholders, and this helps to mitigate bullying at the workplace. Have you experienced bullying at the workplace? Please share with us below and how you dealt with it. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.